very excited to, play against someone else. Obviously, since the Bahamas, we've been beating each other up and ready to get going. So very excited about tomorrow.
Do you have any just a set expectation, what you want to see from the guys from tomorrow's game?
Well, obviously, we want carryover from what we've done during practice. We've been working really hard on defensive schemes and weak side help, things that they haven't seen in high school that they had to learn on this level for us to be really good and be able to compete. So to see that and then also sharing the basketball, we want to see both of those.
What about the starting five yet?
We have not decided on the starting five yet. It will probably happen tonight or tomorrow and shoot around.
I was going to ask, have you thought about doing the platoon thing, or are you just going to go whoever's
It's obviously the flow of the game is gonna say that because we want to have these guys maxing out effort level from when they first step on the floor. So I don't see any guy being able to play above 3.5 minutes at the max level. So we'll see. It just depends. Obviously, we did that in the Bahamas where we just sub 5 in, 5 out. But I don't know if we're going to do that tomorrow.
Will you have everyone available to play tomorrow?
Right now, everyone is available. Yes.
Just, like you mentioned the Bahamas you played against teams, but you didn't have James and Precious.
Mm-hmm.
What's it going to be like to see this whole thing together for the first time?
Yeah, it's going to be good for us because we're itching to see it because we didn't get a chance to see it in the Bahamas, and we want to see how they're going to mesh together out on the floor in a real game and how things carry over from practice.
Some coaches like doing the secret scrimmages against another D1 team. Why do you last year and this year you've done these 2 exhibition games? Why do you like that?
Yeah, I think it's been more of a tradition of what we did actually when we were in college, but we're looking at changing that some moving forward because I do want to have an opportunity to play against a top major Division I early, like in a scrimmage, and still have an exhibition game. And I know I changed that from last year, but seeing more of that's kind of, I think, more of what I want to do.
Is everybody focused and logged into the mission which y'all are after the
Yeah, everybody's locked in. The guys, it's a daily challenge. We're pushing them in so many different areas out on the floor, and it can get a little tough, and guys can get frustrated, but overall, everybody's bought into what we're doing.
Any thoughts on the AP ranking of 14 to start the season?
It's a blessing to be in the top 25. I obviously thought we were going to be higher with getting the number 1 recruiting class in the country, but that only makes it more interesting for us to go out, or more fire for us to prove that we're worthy of a higher pick.
Does it bug you a little bit, or does it validate what you said earlier about the fact that they were still hunting rather than hunting?
Yeah, I think it validates what we already think. I don't know if they're judging the talent being so young or the coaching staff. We don't know, or both, to be ranked so low with such a high-powered class coming in. Just for a small bit yesterday in practice, I kind of mentioned it and then I moved on from it. But I'll be mentioning it again.
And do you point out that people don't necessarily believe in that?
Well, that's exactly what it is to me. But it's okay. It's happened before, and you got to always be out to be self-motivated and not worry about what people say, and just continue to just try to be the best that you can be on a daily basis.
It feels like we've been building towards. We have a lot of firsts. The first time we saw them in the Bahamas or whatever, but to have them in Memphis at FedEx Forum, the full team, does it feel like you've been building to this almost since you got the job?
Yeah, it has, and it feels really good. We've just been locked in on just trying to be the best team we can be every day, like I said, and to have the full unit. Obviously, Malcolm is still, coming back, but he's out on the court. But just to have everybody just together is a good feeling.
How do they react to all of the attention between the pro day and the documentaries and ESPN and talk about the rankings? How do they react to all of that?
I think they're handling it well to be a bunch of young guys. They're very mature, and they all have this swag about them that they feel like, hey, we want to go out and prove, whether you like it or not. We want to play the best, and we want to go out and prove that we can be number 1 in the country. They want to prove that.
How often do you talk to them about what it was like when you played here?
Well, it's different because the teams are different. But only thing I can say from when I played here is that there was an amount of pride, that from the players, because most of us were from the city, and the guys that are from not from the city, they're kind of feeling the energy of the fans and how much the fans want to see this be a success.
Did you have an exhibition game before you played? I mean, your first game was the first game of the pyramid, right?
Yes.
That was a real.
Now we did like an Athletes in Action or something like that, I think, back in the day.
Do you remember the first time you stepped? I mean, is it like for these freshmen? It is the first time they're gonna be in an actual game that wearing
Yeah.
the uniform? Is that, there is an honor to that, or is what comes along?
I think these guys kind of understand like what's to expect now because of the madness. They got that energy out, so that helped them out a lot.
Will Isaiah Stokes be available?
We don't know yet. We're still waiting to hear.
Waiting on the staff.
Yeah, we're still waiting on
It's
it.
a waiver request?
Yes, it is.
A lot of people talk about the national championship, and you say you didn't say that you're gonna win, you want to win.
Yeah, you want to win.
Either
Yeah.
way, it's nice, you're starting a year where it's possible. Is that exciting to know that if you're starting a year where it's within the realm of possibility, you can imagine winning a national championship?
Yeah, for sure. We have enough talent and we have the staff, even though we're young. And for people to not feel their way to have the talent that I have, I mean, I can't speak for them, but for myself, if I have the talent and I feel like we can do it, I'm going to say it. And if that offends people, then so be it. It's just who we are. We feel like that just, if anything is possible, that's all I'll say.
Speaking of that, James got 18 first team All-American, and nobody else on the team got anything from the conference. Is that kind of odd to you, strike you a little bit odd?
Well, it's just, again, they have to go improve. You know, I think these kids understand what they're reading and they see it, and it should drive them. So we'll see, you know, how they handle that going out on the court.
For those that are kind of overlooking this team, what do you think will surprise them the most when they see this group out there on the first time, where it gives you the confidence that they can compete for national championship?
Well, they've been able to raise their levels in practice over in the Bahamas against a good national team. They were down and they rallied together and came back, and they're highly competitive, every last one of them. So they're not just going to lay down. They're not going to lie down. So that's the thing that they're going to understand about these young guys that maybe young teams in the past haven't done.
Obviously, the talent is different than last year.
Mm-hmm.
Structurally, will it look different out there on the floor? Are there tweaks you've put in with this because you have this group?
It will look totally different because, you know, we have multiple shooters and we have a lot of size, so we can put different dynamic groups out on the floor, which we couldn't do last year.
Last year you did a lot of coaching from standing up. Are you going to sit down this year and coach?
I'm not going to sit down. I'm sorry. It's just in me right now. Maybe on the scores table for a second, but not in a seat.
Speaking of changes, last year you did a lot of three-guard lineups. Are we going to see that a lot this year, or is it going to change?
No, I think so. I think you'll see a lot of three-guard lineups. I think we're dynamic when anybody can get the ball off the glass and push. Well, we want to play some small lineups as well, just for the energy part of it and running and taking advantage of our shooting. And obviously we'll go big some, where we have a big lineup out there.
How much stock should be taken in this first game? I know it's just an exhibition, but in terms of, you know, what is seen on the court, rotations, that kind of stuff?
It might be. No, I wouldn't put too much stock into it. It might be I started one group the first half and another group the second half. I don't know. Maybe just kind of tinkering with things the first couple games.
You still doing the same thing with like different assistant scouts each game?
Yeah, every assistant will have a scout every other game.
Who's scouting?
This is Mike Miller's scout.
What's the biggest difference from you entering last season as first time coaching college to entering your second season?
Well, I think just the experience of understanding what's ahead. Coming in last year was like just kind of wondering and guessing. This year I know exactly who's who and who we're playing. And I watched a lot of basketball and saw a lot of styles of play. And then I know our conference a lot better.
Benny, who's been the best pure shooter in practice?
Man, that's tough. Probably Tyler Harris, honestly. But closely followed by Lester and Boogie and Jaden. Those guys are shooting the ball really well, which is great.
What was Tyler grip will be like the
I'm sorry?
Just how has Tyler grown? You know, towards the end of the last year was a little bit rough for him, three-point shooting. Just how has he developed specifically with his shot?
Well, with this group, Tyler's always been a hard worker. You know, he's been working for a very long time. But with this group, it spreads the floor because you have to pick your poison. Last year, they felt like they could just take him out of the game because we didn't really have the dynamics of what we have this year. So coming into this year, he worked really hard because he knew competition was coming. He knew that there were more guards coming, and he wanted to prove that he belonged and he was one of the guys, and he's been proving it every day.
Who do you think would be like the most electric fan favorite that would get the fans cheering this year?
Wow. If I had to guess, outside of the norm of last year, I would say Damian Ball, probably Damian.
Thank you.
Hey, hypothetically, if game day come here, will Lil Penny be a guest speaker? Hypothetically.
You could say yeah. We could get that done. We need game day here, though.
You mean for football or for basketball?
Both. We need it for both.
You'll make Penny a regular on game day?
Yeah, for sure. Let's get him here football.
How are Lil Penny's workouts coming?
He's getting into shape. He's on the treadmill.
Almost ready?
Yeah. All right. Thanks.